Nigeria's President Bola Tinubu has deployed the army to the Western Kwara State, where suspected jihadists killed scores of villagers, torched buildings, and abducted dozens of people earlier this week. The Red Cross said that at least 160 people have been killed. Nigeria faces worsening armed violence across the region. At least 21 people were killed in a separate assault in Katsina State in northern Nigeria. And for more, we are joined by Lagos Bureau Chief Amaka Okie. Thank you so much for joining us. What's the latest that we need to know? We understand that the search for bodies is still ongoing. What challenges are the first responders facing?
Yeah, that's right. Like you did mention, the numbers are increasing, by the day, because all through yesterday we've been in touch with the village head and people, and they're still removing bodies from, the bushes because they're in different places in different parts. And the difficulty is there are places that they didn't know, they didn't realize there are bodies, and so they are retrieving more bodies and continued burying it yesterday, which is really also very tough for the people. I mean, the challenges will be that these are people, most of them have more than one persons have been killed, family members. We're talking of people's mothers, children. Some of them also have their family members taken away, but in spite of that, they need to bury the dead, isn't it? So it's been emotionally difficult for the people, and for a place like Kwara that's never experienced or not usually the hotspot, this is also coming as a shock, and the fear is even more palpable there in Kwara today.
We understand that the government has launched a new military operation. Are people confident that the government can contain the extremist threat?
True. I mean, yesterday the governor was with the president, and this new military formation is Operation Savannah, I reckon. And whereas people are saying, yes, it's good to have the military presence there, but it's not really enough assurance, because if you put it also in context for people, Kwara State is one of the big states we have in Nigeria, and it has a lot of ungoverned spaces. And so just having military formation in one place is not enough. One would have thought that after the kidnap of in Eruku, the same state last year, that more military and security presence would have been there before now. So it's looking more like a reaction, and what would have been done. So the people are hopeful, but it's just not enough. As we say, hope is not a strategy. They want to really get a reassurance that they are safe, and these bandits, these terrorists, these jihadists will not be a target again, will not target them, because this did not just come out of the blue. They were warned, the letters were sent, the security, the village head talked to security, but nothing happened up until this tragedy that we saw, and now this military formation is just not enough for the people.
I'd like to look at a separate incident, because last month 166 Christians were abducted in a church. Yesterday, the news broke that they had been released. Talk with us, about how the reaction has been to that, and whether there is a sense of hope surrounding that.
Yeah, I mean, someone were talking earlier with people from the place and saying, oh, so people are hopeful. And, it's not, they're not hopeful. This is not a glimmer of hope. In fact, what would be a glimmer of hope, or what would bring hope to Nigerians, is to see that people are not abducted. It just looks like this is some sort of choreography. You take people, there's some arrangement that, of course, the government is not telling us, and then they release them. If you see the pictures, they had them dressed in, this clothes, and just, it's like you parade people, you traumatize them, they get traumatized in the bushes, they don't have food, and then they bring them back again. What exactly should people be excited or happy about? It just points into the general picture of how the security situation in Nigeria is deteriorating by the day. In just 1 week, like you mentioned, there's been killing in Katsina, there's been the one that's happened, of course, now in Kwara, and there are so many other places that, of course, media is not even able to report on. So it just gets, the situation gets more frightening. Every day as a Nigerian, you wonder, where next, what next, where is this going to happen? Where are we going to see another abduction? And it's just increasing, and unfortunately so, yeah.
Amaka Okoye, thanks so much for putting that into the broader picture for us. DW's Lagos Bureau Chief. We appreciate it.